In a move that's shaken both the farming industry and the tech world, former President Donald Trump has set his sights on John Deere, one of the most iconic names in American agriculture. But why? And what could this mean for millions of farmers worldwide? John Deere has been a household name for nearly 2 centuries. Their innovative machinery revolutionized farming, making it more efficient and productive than ever before. But in recent years, the company has come under fire for its controversial stance on right to repair. Farmers claim that John Deere's strict software restrictions on its tractors force them to rely on the company for repairs, costing time and money. The debate has divided rural America. We are going to take on the big corporations that are ripping off the American farmer. We'll put the power back in your hands. Recently, Trump has stepped into the ring, taking direct aim at John Deere's business practices. Sources close to his team claim he's been pushing for new policies that would enforce the right to repair across all industries, including agriculture. John Deere has pushed back, warning that altering their policies could lead to cybersecurity risks and the potential misuse of their technology. But Trump supporters argue this is just corporate greed disguised as concern. Trump has even called for a boycott of John Deere products until the company changes its stance. In response, a growing number of farmers have turned to smaller, independent tractor manufacturers. While this battle might seem like a clash between Trump and John Deere, the implications are far greater. This controversy is shining a light on a global issue. Who truly owns the technology we use every day? If Trump's push succeeds, it could set a precedent for industries far beyond farming, impacting everything from your smartphones to your car. This fight is about more than tractors. It's about control, innovation, and the rights of everyday Americans. Will John Deere back down, or will Trump's call to action reshape the future of farming forever? One thing's for sure, this is a showdown no one saw coming. Now, let's talk about the real question. Who's right in this battle? On one hand, Trump's push for the right to repair could give farmers more independence. Imagine being able to fix your own equipment without the fear of voiding warranties or shelling out thousands to an authorized dealer. My old tractor broke down during harvest season, and it cost me weeks waiting on parts and service. If I could have repaired it myself, I'd have saved time and money. But on the flip side, John Deere argues that these restrictions ensure safety and security. They claim it prevents tampering with sensitive software that controls things like GPS and automated steering. If hackers gain access to agricultural tech, it could lead to sabotage or worse, food supply disruptions. This isn't just about tractors. The battle between Trump and John Deere is part of a larger movement involving almost everything from smartphones to hospital equipment. The right to repair movement is gaining traction across the globe, with tech giants like Apple also facing similar criticism. Could this fight with John Deere set the stage for even bigger changes in how corporations handle consumer rights? Whether you're a farmer, a tech enthusiast, or just someone curious about the fight for consumer rights, this story affects us all. So what do you think? Should companies like John Deere loosen their grip on repair policies? Or do you think Trump's approach could have unintended consequences? Let's get the conversation started. To really understand why this battle has escalated, we need to break down the core issue: right to repair. It's a movement that's been quietly growing for years, but now with Trump's bold rhetoric, it's taking center stage. In simpler times, if something broke, you grabbed your tools and fixed it. But modern tractors, like those made by John Deere, are loaded with advanced software. This technology is fantastic until it breaks. That's where the controversy begins. Farmers claim that even minor issues often require a trip to a certified repair center. And it's not just the cost, it's the downtime. Imagine being in the middle of harvest season and losing days or even weeks because you can't legally fix your equipment. We rely on our tractors like a lifeline. When something breaks, it's not just an inconvenience, it can ruin an entire season. We're not asking for handouts, we're just asking for the right to take care of our own equipment. This sentiment is echoed across rural America. Farmers argue that John Deere's policies are not just inconvenient, they're exploitative. They feel trapped in a system that profits off their dependency. Our policies ensure that repairs are done safely and correctly. These machines are complex, and unauthorized modifications could jeopardize their functionality or even pose safety risks. So, why is Trump taking on John Deere? Beyond the surface, this battle is about more than just tractors. It's about politics. By championing the farmers' cause, Trump is rallying a key voting bloc: rural America. Trump's base includes a significant portion of rural voters. By taking on a corporate giant like John Deere, he's aligning himself with the little guy in a way that resonates deeply with his demographic. It's a smart political move. And it's not just about votes. Trump's push for the right to repair is part of a broader strategy to position himself as a populist leader fighting against corporate overreach. The ripple effects of this controversy are already being felt. Smaller companies, like those producing open-source tractors, are gaining traction. Farmers are turning to brands that offer repairable equipment, driving innovation in the industry. Our mission is simple: to provide farmers with machines they can own in every sense of the word. This movement has opened up opportunities for companies like us to thrive. These changes could also encourage other industries to adopt more transparent practices. From consumer electronics to medical devices, the push for repair rights could reshape entire markets. Not everyone agrees with Trump's approach. Critics warn that forcing companies like John Deere to change their policies could have unintended consequences. Opening up software could lead to hacking and misuse. Imagine a tractor's GPS being manipulated during a critical planting season. The stakes are higher than many people realize. And let's not forget, these companies invest heavily in innovation. If their intellectual property isn't protected, it could stifle progress. This battle is far from over. Will John Deere give in to pressure and change its policies? Or will Trump's crusade lead to new national laws that reshape the entire tech landscape? Whatever happens, the stakes couldn't be higher for farmers, corporations, and everyday consumers. This fight isn't just an American issue. Around the world, farmers are grappling with the same challenges. From Europe's small family farms to the massive agricultural operations in Brazil, John Deere's policies have sparked controversy on a global scale. In the European Union, right to repair legislation has been gaining traction. If Trump's push succeeds in the US, it could create a ripple effect pressuring other governments to adopt similar policies. This could transform how multinational companies like John Deere operate globally. But John Deere isn't the only major player feeling the heat. Trump's focus on farmers might just be the tip of the iceberg. Big tech companies have been waging similar battles, arguing that opening their systems could compromise security and intellectual property. Imagine if a farmer's fight to repair their tractor becomes the catalyst for consumers worldwide demanding the same rights for their devices. This could lead to a tech revolution, redefining what ownership means in the digital age. Let's take a moment to hear from someone on the front lines of this battle. Meet Joe, a third-generation farmer from Nebraska. My dad and granddad used to fix anything with duct tape and a wrench. These new tractors, though, they're like computers on wheels. Last year, I missed part of harvest season because I had to wait 2 weeks for a technician to come out. It's not just frustrating, it's heartbreaking. I don't care about politics. I just want to do my job and take care of my land. Joe's story is just one of thousands. These are the people at the heart of the right to repair movement, real people with real stakes in this fight. We respect the concerns raised by farmers, but we also have a duty to protect our technology and ensure its proper use. We're open to dialogue, but any changes must prioritize safety and innovation. John Deere isn't backing down, but their competitors are seizing the moment. Companies offering more repair-friendly equipment have reported a surge in demand. Could this be the beginning of the end for John Deere's dominance? We've already made progress, folks. Companies like John Deere are on notice. The American farmer will no longer be taken advantage of. Trump's campaign has turned this fight into a national rallying cry. His supporters see him as a champion of rural America, while critics accuse him of using the issue as a political tool. Whatever the motive, one thing is clear: this battle is reshaping the conversation about corporate power and consumer rights in the United States. The fight isn't over yet. With lawmakers now drafting new legislation, the stakes are higher than ever. Will Washington side with farmers and push for greater repair rights? Or will corporate lobbying tip the scales the other way? As the debate heats up, millions of farmers, consumers, and small businesses are watching closely. The outcome could set a precedent for generations to come. At its core, this story isn't just about Trump or John Deere. It's about fairness, independence, and the freedom to take care of what's yours. No matter where you stand on the issue, one thing is certain: this fight has sparked a conversation that can't be ignored. So whether you're a farmer working the fields, a mechanic fixing cars, or someone frustrated with your unrepairable smartphone, this fight belongs to all of us. This is a pivotal moment in history. The choices we make today will shape the future of ownership and innovation. Together, we can stand up for a system that works for everyone. The battle over right to repair isn't just shaking up agriculture. It's sparking a revolution in other sectors too. Mechanics, tech repair professionals, and even hospitals are stepping forward to join the fight. Even in healthcare, repair restrictions are a growing problem. If a ventilator or diagnostic machine breaks, we're often forced to wait for authorized repairs, even when lives are at stake. It's absurd. From farmers to doctors, the movement is highlighting a universal truth. When companies control how their products are repaired, everyone pays the price. But it's not just about public opinion. Behind the scenes, Major corporations are spending millions to sway the debate in their favor. Lobbying efforts are at an all-time high, with John Deere leading the charge. Critics argue that these companies are prioritizing profits over fairness. By controlling repairs, they create a lucrative ecosystem that keeps consumers dependent. The economic impact of monopolizing repairs is staggering. It stifles competition, hurts small businesses, and inflates costs for everyone. It's a classic case of corporate overreach. Still, corporate representatives claim they're acting in the public's best interest, citing security concerns and the need to protect their intellectual property. Farmers aren't waiting for Washington to act. Across the country, they're forming coalitions, organizing protests, and even turning to the courts. We're filing a class action lawsuit against John Deere. This isn't just about money. It's about justice. Farmers deserve the right to repair their own equipment. They're finding creative solutions. Some farmers are turning to independent repair shops, while others are sharing repair manuals and hacking their own machines to bypass software locks. If John Deere won't help us, we'll help ourselves. It's not ideal, but it's better than waiting. Meanwhile, Silicon Valley has taken notice. Some tech innovators are siding with farmers, offering open-source solutions that make repairs easier and cheaper. This is just the beginning. We're designing systems that empower users to maintain their own equipment without compromising safety or functionality. But not all tech leaders agree. Major players like Apple and Tesla are doubling down on their restrictive policies, arguing that loosening control could lead to chaos. If we lose control of our software, it opens the door to safety risks and counterfeiting. We can't afford to take that chance. This movement is also sparking a cultural shift. Repair cafes, makerspaces, and DIY communities are popping up everywhere, fostering a spirit of independence and innovation. People are tired of being told they can't fix their own stuff. It's empowering to know you can take control, whether it's a smartphone or a tractor. Social media is amplifying this trend. Videos of farmers fixing their own equipment are going viral, inspiring others to join the fight. Of course, not everyone is on board. Critics argue that right to repair could have unintended consequences, from increased hacking risks to a slowdown in innovation. Imagine a hacked tractor shutting down during planting season, or worse, being remotely controlled by bad actors. These are real concerns. Meanwhile, economists warn that forcing companies to share repair information could reduce their incentive to invest in new technologies. If companies lose revenue from repairs, they'll have to find other ways to stay profitable. That could mean higher prices or fewer advancements. At its core, this fight is about more than fixing things. It's about the future of ownership. As technology becomes more advanced, the lines between owning and leasing are blurring. We've entered an era where you can buy a product but not fully own it. This debate is about reclaiming the rights that should come with ownership. And this isn't just about tractors or tech. It's about empowering people to take control of their lives, their businesses, and their futures. The fight between Trump, John Deere, and the right to repair movement has become a tipping point. Will it lead to greater freedom and fairness for consumers? Or will corporate power continue to dictate the terms of ownership? And remember, this isn't just a fight for farmers. It's a fight for everyone who believes in fairness and freedom. So what side of history will you be on? One of the reasons John Deere became a household name is its reputation for reliability. For generations, farmers trusted Deere equipment to power through the toughest conditions. But as technology advanced, that reliability has come under scrutiny. In its early years, John Deere built a legacy on durability and simplicity. Machines were designed to last decades, and repairs were straightforward, something any farmer with a toolbox could handle. My dad bought this tractor in the 60s. I've kept it running all these years with just basic maintenance. It's as reliable as the day he bought it. This reliability made John Deere a symbol of American ingenuity. But times have changed. Today's John Deere tractors are engineering marvels, equipped with GPS systems, real-time data monitoring, and advanced automation. But with this innovation comes complexity. The shift to high-tech machines has made tractors more efficient than ever. Farmers can now plow fields with pinpoint accuracy and monitor yields in real time. But these advancements come at a cost. While the technology promises more precision and productivity, it's also made repairs more challenging. A simple mechanical issue can now be tied to software, requiring specialized tools and authorized technicians. I had a sensor go out during planting season. It was a minor issue, but the tractor wouldn't run until it was fixed. I had to wait a week for a technician, and it cost me thousands in downtime. Critics argue that John Deere's reliability has shifted from mechanical dependability to a reliance on software and authorized service centers. For many farmers, the frustrations go beyond the cost of repairs. They feel that John Deere's once trusted brand has lost its way, prioritizing corporate profits over the needs of its customers. They used to give us everything we needed to fix these machines. Now it's like they're locking us out of our own equipment. This sense of betrayal is driving the push for right-to-repair laws as farmers demand the tools and information needed to maintain their livelihoods. Data shows a clear shift. Vintage John Deere tractors often lasted decades with minimal upkeep. But modern machines, while technically advanced, are more prone to downtime due to software glitches and complex systems.